From parts unknown at a weight of 300 pounds, introducing Mr. X. Mr. X. His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, at 233 pounds, Mr. Wrestling number 2. Wrestling number 2.
And there's no question about it, of course. This is the real Wrestling number 2. The other Wrestling number 2 exists no more as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure as far as the wrestling fans are concerned. This Mr. X, a big fella. He has to go over 300 pounds. And I notice Mr. X missing, and wait a second, Superstar. The Superstar over at ringside talking to Mr. X. Mr. X missing again with that right hand. And it's obvious Mr. X taking direct orders from the Superstar. Wrestling 2 gets the leg. Mr. X gets into those ropes. And again, you see the Superstar with more comments to it. This has to be somewhat disquieting to Wrestling 2 to have somebody at ringside, and now it is Wrestling 2 catches him. Wrestling 2 catches him once again. Wrestling 2 caught him in the midsection. Not enough to drop him, however. Snap mare that takes him to the canvas. Side headlock, Wrestling 2. High knee lift that put him down. A knee lift that put him down, and again, Wrestling 2 charges another knee lift, this one into the side of the rib cage. A lateral press. It is all over. It is all over for Mr. X and Wrestling 2. After that mask, Wrestling 2. After the mask of Mr. X. Mr. X trying to keep that mask on, but Wrestling 2 fighting to remove that mask. Wait a minute. Superstar just charged Wrestling 2 from behind. Superstar after the mask of Wrestling 2. Superstar trying to rip that mask off. Wrestling 2. Caught from behind. The referee hurdled backwards. And it is Superstar after that mask of Wrestling number 2. Wrestling 2 trying desperately to hold on to it. But it is the Superstar continuing to pull at that mask of Wrestling 2. He continues to try and get it off again. The referee throwing it inside. The Superstar has his mask. And now the Superstar. Wrestling 2 concealing his identity in a Superstar. Putting the boots to Wrestling 2. And we're trying to get everything separated here now. Trying to get these things separated. And we have a...
That's what you belong, underneath a rock, with all the rest of the slime in the earth. Come on, Stu. You're supposed to be so tough. He's gonna ruin me, huh? Without this mask, he said it. A masked man is ruined. And you just saw me destroy Mr. Immortal himself. Wrestling number 2. I'll tell you, I don't usually get so happy, but I'm feeling very, very proud of myself, Gordon. Where's he at? Where's the big Wrestling number 2 now? Come on, 2.
Well,
come on and get your mask.
You came in from behind the man. You hit him with a Sunday punch. That's one thing.
He gets everything he deserves. I ran you out of here. I thought you were going to stay, but evidently we had a failure to communicate. This is communication. This is getting the message across to Wrestling number 2 and to the few fans you've got left. I'm going to destroy you, Wrestling number 2. I'm going to take the thing that you like, the thing you've worked for all of your life, the thing you've cherished for throughout your wrestling career. This mask. Because you said it, fella. This means everything. Money, belts, they're important. But this mask is everything to wrestling number 2. Just like mine is to me. And I've got it. And I'm telling you, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to destroy you.
Well, we'll find out all about that. That's all the time we have for this hour of Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Thanks for watching Georgia Championship Wrestling. The announcers on this program were employed by Georgia Championship Wrestling Incorporated. Join us next time for more action and excitement. The top wrestlers in the world today on Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Action along with Kevin Sullivan.
There's a whole lot of things going on right here. There's a whole lot happening right here today. You know, Wrestling 2 Superstar. Wrestling 2's mask had never been off. Superstar run up behind him and knock him down and take it off of him. Well, you know, I know how 2 feels about that mask. So Superstar, I think he might be bit off a little more than you can chew. As far as Austin Idol and this Mr. Eddie Mansfield, we're fixing to get them in just a little bit too. You know, but the main thing is, though, at the Omni, that's a big night. You know, Wahoo McDaniels, he's coming back to town. Mr. Koloff and Smirnoff, y'all got the titles. But Wahoo and myself, y'all been together for a while, and y'all are a super good team. I'll give you that. But you said there wasn't no American team here that could take you. Well, I think right here stands one guy, and Wahoo McDaniel's coming back to town. And I talked to him. He's been to Japan and all over. And that's a man of his word. And he said he thought we could take you, too. So at the Omni, y'all get them belts ready, brother, because we're coming after them.
That'll be Sunday, January 13th. I think has one of the most brilliant futures in store for him in the professional ranks of wrestling than anyone that I've ever met in the past. I'm referring, of course, to Mr. USA, Tony Atlas.
Well, thank you very much, God. You know, a lot of people, you know, they ask me, they say what to do, you know, to become a professional wrestler. And all the advice, you know, I can give them is, you know, just train long and hard. You got to hit that gym. You got to start early, you know, and just work your way to the top. To get anything in life, you got to work hard for it. You know, you can't be shucking and jabbing and playing away. You got to put your heart to it. You got to put your man to it and get on out there and do it.
Of course, recently you set an unofficial bench press record, did you not?
Yes, sir. The old record was 539 pounds in 242-pound class, and I did 540. You know, just something to pass the time away.
Something to pass the time away, and what a way to pass the time away. We're going to be watching you in action in just a couple of moments against a fellow that goes right at 300 pounds.
That's right. You know, the guys getting bigger, they're getting stronger. You take a man like this man here, he's 300 pounds, but not only is he big and strong, the man can move, and the man knows wrestling, and the man is rugged.
Okay, Tony, why don't you hop into that ring, and we'll turn it over to our ring announcer at this time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event, one fall with a 10-minute time limit, one fall 10. Introducing first from Nashville at 302 pounds, Tony Perkins. Tony Perkins. His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, from Roanoke, Virginia, at 255 pounds, the 1979 Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas.
All right, Tony Atlas moving against this 300-pounder. Can you imagine bench pressing 540 pounds? Now, that's doing something. Of course, there are so many extremely powerful men. You got, as an example, superstar Billy Graham. You've got this man, Ken Patera, who's certainly one of the strongest men in the world. Tony Atlas outpowered his man that time, took him to the canvas. Again, they lock up, and it is a top wrist lock. And it is again Atlas overpowering him. You can see those muscles tensing. There is not a portion of Tony's body that isn't absolutely completely muscled and under his control at all times. You could see and as Perkins let fly one to the midsection, Tony Atlas retaliated very quickly. Atlas smashing him into that far turnbuckle. Atlas moves in again. Notice the tremendous confirmation of those spinae erecti. Good power slam. He brought up 300 pounds, slammed him to the canvas. And I don't think Perkins believed that happened to him, as I doubt if Perkins has been slammed very many times in his career as a professional wrestler, but he was slammed that time by Tony Atlas. 300 pounds of live weight, I might add. It's a lot different than dead weight. Perkins, using those forearms, has Atlas. Atlas back in the corner now. It is Perkins starting to close in. And the referee being moved aside as Atlas explodes on Tony Perkins. Atlas whips him into the turnbuckle. Tony Atlas with a headbutt that had Perkins dazed. And Atlas trying to bring him up, has him up. Tony Atlas has him up. Moving him in the airplane spin. And Tony Atlas dumps him unceremoniously, crashes down, catches him again. Tony Atlas had over 300 pounds up there in that airplane. Now again crashes across his man. And it is all over. Whee! I'm telling you, when Tony Atlas talks about dedication, self-sacrifice, and hitting those gyms, that's exactly what he means, and he evidenced it just now, bringing that man up for that tremendous airplane spin, the full body slam, the lateral press, and then crashing down on him, and it was all over indeed. All right, it's time for our regular weekly feature here at Ringside Wrestling Profile. So at this time, it's my pleasure to turn it over to my friend, Freddie Miller.
Thank you, Gordon, very much. Wrestling number 2 is with us, and fans, we've said during the beginning here with Gordon that the ringside segment of this program will be devoted to you, and rightfully so. Something happened recently that I know you want to comment about. We're going to show again, just for those who may have missed it. You were in a match here on television, and had your man beaten. It was a mystery man, a Mr. X, who came out masked, and then all of a sudden all hell broke loose.
Well, you know, I had doubts at times about Superstar hiring these guys, but my doubts is completely eliminated as of right now. This man came out there, he coached this man on. I know for a fact that Superstar has paid these guys to come and try and eliminate me, try to get my mask off, try to destroy me and the reputation I have built. And I'll tell you what, it's not going to happen. This is the first time that anyone has ever took my mask off. Superstar, he's done his thing. Now, it's going to be time for even. You know, if you understand what I'm saying. You know, this is something that I cherish very, very much.
Oh, yeah.
And I've worked very hard to build for what it stands for. Superstar, this is the second time this man has attacked me from behind. And this time he was successful in taking my mask off. But I tell you what, Superstar, it's all going to come down the line. I've got a lot of things in the back of my mind that has happened in the past that I haven't forgot. And they're going to stay there until the time comes. And the time is coming very near. I want you to know this. It's coming more and more near, closer than you realize. You got me, but you did it from the behind, as you did once before. Every time that you get an opportunity to come after me, you always come from behind.
Let me interrupt just for a second. I want to show this, and I know you do. Let's let you see it yourself. Let's hear the voice of Gordon Soley. You're in your match. Here's exactly how it happened as we show the fans what we're talking about.
That put him down, and again, Wrestling 2 charges another knee lift, this one into the side of the rib cage. Lateral press. It is all over. It is all over for Mr. X and Wrestling 2. After that mask, Wrestling 2, after the mask of Mr. X. Mr. X trying to keep that mask on, but Wrestling 2 fighting to remove that mask. Wait a minute. Superstar just charged Wrestling 2 from behind. Superstar after the mask of Wrestling 2. Superstar trying to rip that mask off. Wrestling 2 caught from behind. The referee hurdled backwards. And it is Superstar after that mask of Wrestling number 2. Wrestling 2 trying desperately to hold on to it, but it is the Superstar continuing to pull at that mask of Wrestling 2. He continues to try and get it off again. The referee throwing to one side. The Superstar has his mask, and now the Superstar, Wrestling 2, concealing his identity in a Superstar, putting the boots to Wrestling 2. And we're trying to get everything separated here now, trying to get these things separated. And we have a...
That's what you belong, underneath a rock, with all the rest of the slime in the earth. Come on, Stu. You're supposed to be so tough. He's going to ruin me, huh? Without this mask, he said it. A masked man is ruined. And you just saw me destroy Mr. Immortal himself. Wrestling number 2. I'll tell you.
Well, there it was. And, of course, you have a right to be upset and excited and agitated. Oh, you're after this man more than ever.
Well, you know, if you notice, he stayed on me. He was kicking on me and pursuing the fact that he got the mask off for the simple reason he knew that I would not come up out of there. He knew that I would try to hold and keep my identity hid. He knew that he had me at the advantage of his own desires. Well, it's all going to change. I'm telling you that right now. And the man had me. He had me down, but it's all over.
Sunday, Mr. Wrestling 2, January 13th at the Omni, you against this Superstar for the Georgia title, a match I know you want.
Sunday, the Omni, Superstar. You got me? This makes the second time. Now, the Omni, pal, you're going to have to look at me. And let's see if you can do the same daggone thing by looking at me. Because of the Omni, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after your belt, and I'm going to do you in, pal. I'm telling you right now.
Never against ever held in the city of Atlanta. Not only that, the issue is no longer shrouded with uncertainties about who is the greatest between the Hart Crowd and Ric Flair. As you can see, I still have the national heavyweight television title right here draped around my muscular shoulder. Ric Flair has nothing. I defeated Ric Flair in the Omni Christmas night, beat him right in the middle of the ring, so no longer can anybody say, who is the greatest? I'm the greatest. Now, there's something that's come up here, and I want to talk about. My partner, Eddie Mansfield, was called away by an emergency, but do not fret. I do have a partner standing by, and I will not, Mansfield will not be able...
Yeah, well, get yourself back there and get it. You signed a contract that you was going to wrestle, so you ain't got no partner. You got Kevin Sullivan. You want to wrestle a single with him. I'll sit right back on the side.
I'm not wrestling no singles.
The best thing for you to do is go get a partner and get you...
That's exactly what I'll do.
Nobody tell you to come out here and talk and look pretty. You go get your partner.
Let me get a partner. I ain't wrestling no...
Get your partner.
I'm not wrestling no...
Get your partner. Yeah, get it.
Well, situation here, Eddie Mansfield suddenly conspicuous by his absence, but Austin Idol is going to get a partner of some kind, of course. So Kevin Sullivan and Tommy Rich will be competing in this tag team match. It will be Austin Idol, and I don't know who this man got, but at this time, let's turn it over to our ring announcer for the introductions of this match.
Thank you, Gordon. Ladies and gentlemen, this tag team event, one fall with a 10-minute time limit, one fall 10. In this corner at 210 pounds from Tennessee, here's Roger Howell. Roger Howell, his partner, the Georgia TV champion from Las Vegas, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Idol. Austin Idol. Their opponents, ladies and gentlemen, from Boston, Massachusetts, introducing Kevin Sullivan. Kevin Sullivan. His partner from Nashville, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, at 232 pounds, Wildfire Tommy Rich. Tommy Rich.
Tommy Rich and Kevin Sullivan now going up against Roger Howell and Austin Idol. Kevin Sullivan. Arm drag and twist comes over to the corner to try and force Austin Idol a tag, but Idol walked away and Howell back to the canvas. So Kevin Sullivan was trying to force the tag that time. Again, Sullivan over there trying to force the tag, and again, it is Austin Idol leaving the corner. Austin Idol, becoming very fleet of foot and very elusive in that corner. Sullivan with the takedown. Sullivan from Massachusetts was a state amateur champion. Tag is made. Tommy Rich caught him coming in. And Rich also hoping that Idol would tag in. Howell caught in a full body slam. Lateral press. Again, a knee to the chest as Kevin Sullivan tags in. Sullivan brings him up a standing fireman carry. Locks into the arm once again. And again, Sullivan tries to get Austin Idol, and so Howell has not had a chance to tag up because Idol has not been in that corner. Howell caught again. And you see Austin Idol continuing to go on the outside. Now back up on the apron. Rich caught from behind by Idol. Tag is, Rich caught from behind. Now Idol tags up. And Idol thought he had things going his way. Now he's caught in the midsection, caught again, and now Tommy Wildfire Rich beginning to explode, and it is a Howell caught tagging back in. Tommy Rich pounding away. Tommy Rich catches him in the sleeper, coming off the ropes. Tommy Rich catches him in the sleeper, coming off the ropes. Tommy Rich has Roger Howell in the sleeper. And boy, you talk about an apt description for a competitor. When you call Tommy Wildfire Rich, that's exactly it. And Austin Idol beginning to show a very, very interesting personality trait. They're inviting him into the ring, as you can see. A personal invitation for him to come into the ring. And Austin Idol moving away. And, of course, you see the unconscious form of Roger Howell. Tommy Rich will be charged with that responsibility of reviving him. A quick blow behind the heart, and Howell has been revived at this point in time. Tommy Rich and Kevin Sullivan. I want to see if I can't get them over here for just a moment. And apparently we're not going to be able to get them over here. And, all right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll be back in just a moment. Move the mask of wrestling, too.
You know, they say all good things come to those who wait, and I'll tell you what. I think you realize that I've waited a long, long time for this moment. I think wrestling number 2 never thought, in the longest time he's ever been in wrestling, he never could imagine that I or anybody else would ever take this mask off. Well, wrestling number 2, I know this irks you. I know it upsets you. But you don't realize how you upset me. You disgust me. Now, I thought I eliminated you. I thought I ran you right out of Georgia and out of professional wrestling. But no. Evidently, you've got a thick head. And I had to prove something to you, which I normally don't do. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. But wrestling number 2, this is it.
Well, I'll tell you when it's going to be. It is January 13th at the Omni. Your title on the line.
Listen, my title's on the line, but I have just destroyed the morale of Mr. Immortal himself. Mr. Georgia, you might as well be called, because everybody loves you. Everybody says you're great and fantastic. Everybody except me. Mr. Wrestling number 2, now you escaped today, but I'm out to destroy you. You want my belt, but I want your head, and I'm going to get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event, one fall with television time remaining. Introducing first from Macon, Georgia, at 235 pounds, here's Chick Donovan. Chick Donovan. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, the Georgia heavyweight wrestling champion at 280 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, the superstar,
Georgia heavyweight champion, the superstar, going up against Chick Donovan. On behalf of Georgia Championship Wrestling and our entire crew, including on cameras Craig Robinson, Bob Beal, and Ron Sutton, on video Ernie Watson, Ron Jeter, on audio Cynthia Tyler, and my director Mike Allen, let me wish each and every one of you a very, very happy New Year. Chick Donovan catching several knees in the middle of the back by the superstar. The superstar double thrust to the throat. Donovan driven back to the canvas. The superstar with a snapped mare into a rear chin lock. And the superstar, perhaps, the superstar is one of the most methodical and destructive competitors I've ever seen. He has no wasted effort whatsoever. A boot to the head that put Donovan down once again. Again, superstar catches him. Donovan in tremendous trouble. Catches another one to the side of the head. And the superstar driving that knee repeatedly into the chest of Chick Donovan. Front chancery by the superstar on Chick Donovan. Donovan whipped up rope. Oh. And that's like riding a motorcycle at 40 miles an hour and coming into a tree limb. And now the superstar clamps down with that variation of a cobra. And Donovan sinking into darkness now. The superstar continues to apply more and more pressure. And Donovan is out. Donovan is out. The referee calls for the bell. It is all over. It is all over for Chick Donovan. And the superstar seems bent on even more destruction on Chick Donovan. And the superstar finally relinquishing